my mental health is like pressuring me to make a video. And the video I was going to make today was going to be explaining yesterday's videos, because yesterday was quite an intense day, very, very shameful, probably the most shameful moment of my entire life. And yet there was positives that came away from it, and what I felt is the right thing to do is to express a certain amount of shame, be honest as a human being to my weaknesses. But the truth is, I'm tired. I didn't sleep last night. I got back about 7:30 this morning. And I've been busy ever since, but that's good, because I've said on the previous videos, the sleep I get is it's a case of in my honest assessment of what's going on with my sleep. The honest assessment is I become weaker with the sleep I get. There's a certain element that is helpful. Nonetheless, getting sleep is helpful to the body, to the mind on a certain level, but to me, to my life, to my understanding of sleep, that isn't sleep. So if I don't sleep, it's better. I mean, my body's aching, but I'll probably have a rest, just to rest the bones. But it's far better for me. I know what's going to happen. Sorry, I'm doing something at the moment. I'll explain it in a second. But I can't, as I said, I'm tired, and it's to know that I'm tired, and to be okay when I find myself in this place, because it's like, it's better, it's real. It's like when I'm running around doing this for that boat, doing this for the other boat, doing this for the flat, doing this for the doctors, doing this for the GP, doing this for my sister, etc., etc. The last one isn't really accurate, but when I stop and the tiredness hits me, like the real tiredness, not like whatever puts me to sleep ordinarily. When I get this real tiredness, it's better not to sleep. It's better to just sit in the bath. Sit in the bath for 2 hours, and that's what I want to do with some healing salts. I've got a 25 kilo sack of magnesium chloride. Apparently it's better than Epsom salts, and they're the same price. It's especially good for women with menstrual cramps, I've been told. But I'm a bit of a woman, and I sort of experience something similar. So it's really what I should be doing at night. It's just lying in the bath. But I'm destroyed, I'm desolate, and what it is with my life at the moment, it's a case of really seeing the purpose to anything, to make a positive change, because I exhausted all my positivity. I didn't realise I was going to be talking about this. I was hoping to talk about something else, but let's see how much I can discuss about this before I get to flip-flops. So I've exhausted all my positivity, and I'm in depression at the moment, but my mental health doesn't let me rest. So I've been proactive. I've been tidying up. I've been sorting out all my stuff into different piles of ready to move. And it's enjoyable because it's been bugging me, all of that mess, and now it's a bit tidier. But sorry, I'm just catching my breath speaking. I'm really nasally at the moment. It's hard to get the correct oxygen in my body to express. That's why I should have kept it fun and to flip-flops, which I'm probably going to guide it that way as soon as possible. But essentially, with this depression, where I've exhausted all my positivity, it's like I need to assess each task that I need to do or want to do, and see if I have the means within me to raise myself to the challenge of that task. And unfortunately, I'm a bit traumatized by sleep because it's destroyed me. It's been the cause for my they call it a relapse in hospital, but it's more a case of me exploring my mental health further. It's just my mental health, you know. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's unbelievably bad. But I'm traumatized by sleep, and to assert myself to overcome sleep, it takes a lot of energy, and where I am in this depression, I'm not able to think, so I can't assert myself to think about improving my body from sleep. It's such a simple thing, but my mental health fights me. That's the problem. So if I want to do something, my mental health has an input. It's like it will fight me all the way with sleep. You know, it sounds simple. Have a bath from 4 o'clock to 6, 7 o'clock, because that's what the guide is to have a bath, let it be warm with the salts, and eventually it will get cold, but you're in the bath all the time. So when you get out, the water is room temperature. And I know my mental health, and it will really challenge me, because it's not just 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, it's being able to stay awake, because I get knocked out. That's why the sleep isn't good. It knocks me out. I don't know how it happens. This must be an external consciousness. It's ever since I went to hospital and had the medication and was being observed by Secret Services on the ward while I was going mad. Fun life, isn't it? So I've sort of broken down. I've broken down recently, and everything's like ground to a halt until I'm in a position to take things on in the right way. And as I said, I was running from this boat to that boat to the flat, but trying to not be Superman, but trying to meet the challenge that I was faced, because the stress of everything that I need to do as an adult is immense, and I'm not on top of it, and I need to stay on top of stuff with my mental health. It's just like the way I am, and my mental health fights me back. It's like, we know this is the way you are, Andreas, but because that's the way you are, we're gonna beat the shit out of you until you find the point where you can let go of whatever you're holding on to or trying to do. And that's sort of what's happened. And I've stopped, and I've listened to life, and the message is go slow. So today I'm just pottering. That's the best way to describe it. I'm pottering until I can raise myself to actually do something a bit more practical. But in the pottering, I'm still doing stuff, so it's good. And yeah, what I'm doing is fixing my training sandals. Can you believe me? I walk around like this in the kitchen, because it lifts you up. You have to be. Well, let's put it on. I've just I can't. I need to just modify that. Yeah, I'm modifying them as well, because this is what I've done with a few of my therapy devices, is personalise them and improve them. And that's what I'm doing here. It's just adding a toe support to the side to push the toe in, because I'm really focusing on posture with these. But hold on a second, I'll show you. I've also got 2-3 pairs of these type of sandals. They're like Chinese style, aren't they? But it can be any flip-flop really. But what I do, I don't know where it comes from within me. I don't know if it's the training my uncle gave me. I don't know if it's because I'm because I feel like I'm a woman internally on some level, and a man on the outside. And where this situation is it arises from a basic understanding of the ancient Egyptian. The ancient Egyptian understanding of the body and sex, because with that they had 64 different combinations of what it means to be human. Like, it's a bit like inside outside. So on the inside you can be feminine or masculine. On the outside you can be feminine or masculine. And then there's the attraction, because whatever you are, I said I'm feminine on the inside, masculine on the outside. Your sex and your desire can also be different. So whatever it is, it's like it can be like, I'm bisexual, I'm gay, I'm straight, whatever, you know, LGBT plus the ones that I don't really remember and should be on there so people can understand them. But I could also be lesbian, because I'm a woman on the inside. And in truth, that's what I am. I'm a lesbian. I hate my penis. It's a long story that. There's a background to it, but I'm not going to go into it now. But with the flip-flops, I was in hospital yesterday and I saw somebody wearing flip-flops. And it's just like, where I'm suffering with my physical health, my mind has gone to my body. And it's like, it wants to know what's correct. It wants to put my body back into shape. It wants to put a proper posture, a proper grounding in my body, in my hips, release my hips, my shoulders, align my spine, which I can do. I have the training from my uncle. It's just realistically beginning, and you know the intent's there all the time. But yeah, I was in hospital and I saw the guy and he was wearing flip-flops and he was wearing them normally, like how everybody wears them. And I can see the posture isn't correct because it hugs the big toe, the way to wear them normally. And when it hugs the big toe, your posture aligns to that. Imagine like all your weight is on your feet, really. I mean, your energy can be fucked and it can be all over the shop and you could feel like all your energy's in your head and your shoulders. But basically, you're standing on your feet at the end of the day and you have a certain physical mass. And physicality has value. You can't just say it doesn't mean anything if you're living by energy. No. The physical weight is real, and it has to be given respect. That's what I'm trying to say. So where you give where you give respect to the weight, you wear the flip-flops, and unconsciously, you know, if you just go about your day, you're training your body without this is my training though. You had Bruce Lee, who was like working out all the fucking time, and then you got me, Mr. lazy ass trainer, who understands the importance of the body but is a bit depressed and a bit emotional, where Bruce was a bit like Bruce Lee was like a warrior. He was emotionless. He had a mission, and that was it. Me, I'm lost. I'm fucking insane. But I understand the importance. So what I try and do is make my life easier, and you know, if I have to wear slippers like this in the kitchen just to make my spine a bit straighter, I'll do it. I don't care if I look like an idiot. And when I go on the canals, because I'm in a narrowboat, I'm like this all the time. The plan is to run up and down the canals 5 minutes like each way on these. Really get into my body. But this is what I mean. I've lost any respect for self-image. I used to have a lot of respect for it, and my mental health has just beaten that out of me to the point where I can see the necessity of this situation to run up and down and be a fucking idiot, and I'll do it. And I've got this therapy device, that therapy device. When I sit down on the chair, I'm generally conscious. I don't know if it's the pain the discomfort in me that says like, you're not going to sit like a slob. You need to do something. So I have different means to sit. It's insane, and that's the sort of person I am, and make it easy. So what I'm trying to say is, with your flip-flops, after 20 minutes, with the flip-flops, the gentleman was wearing them with the big toe. So your posture's gonna really sink into your feet. And if you not understand reflexology, it's like, you know, even more powerful because you're doing it with physical weight all day long. And it will go, your posture will change to the big toe. And my understanding of energy of the body is that's an incorrect posture. That's the big toe is about control, from what I understand. So everybody wants to control, but this world just like beats that out of you. So you want to take a more grounded approach, and ideally you go middle toe, yeah. And I took a while when I was had the money to think about this sort of stuff, and I bought a few pairs to make sure that I could fit correctly. Because where I chose this one, it was because it was quite central. The that bit, that bit. It's quite central. I mean, whereas normal flip-flops are a bit more out. But even so, with a normal flip-flop, you can still wear them. I know it looks like a bit silly at an angle, but you can sort of do it. You can sort of wear them. I mean, right, not all pairs you'll be able to do. I appreciate that, but give it a go. That's what I'm saying, man. Simple training, lazy man training, life hack training by Andreas Dimitri. Just change the toe. It will feel funny at first. I think when I was a teenager and I started exploring like the comfort of the flip-flops, it was like, yeah, that feels better. That feels like it should be that way, but I want it the big toe. But I don't know how much of my ego and self-consciousness was playing a part in that, where it was like, oh, I can't wear them funny. What will people think? I don't remember if it was that logic or a case of, oh, it just feels a bit funny. But that's the advice, the guidance, the suggestion. Change your life with fucking hell. You know, if you commit yourself to wearing flip-flops at home, I know it's winter now, so you'll have to wear them at home until mid-spring next year, unless you're going on holiday. But just wear flip-flops at home, middle toe, do the training. Doesn't really matter if they look a bit silly, you're at home. And well, in my head, if you commit to it like a training, like, I'm wearing flip-flops, man. I'm not wearing flip-flops at the moment. Where are my flip-flops? You know, really commit yourself to always wearing flip-flops and just forgetting about them. Once you've got them on, that's it. Just get on with your life. But really commit to a prolonged period of time of wearing flip-flops like that. And I think over a 2-year cycle of different seasons, the sun, your body will adapt, man. You'll be more grounded, you'll be more sexual, you'll be more energy based, and that's kind of what's needed in this world, because we're just getting suggestions of like how to improve a terrible situation that is society. You know, it's like with control, you've got to apply control first at the level of the problem, and the problem is society. Society is a bit broken at the moment, and it doesn't cater for the human being. So you've got to take a different approach, and that approach is a bit like, it's almost like, I don't understand it, because if you ever watched ping pong, table tennis, you play table tennis, forward stroke, back stroke, forward stroke, back stroke. If you ever see like a Chinese person or a Oriental person, that's what more accurate, an Oriental person play ping pong, the likelihood is, I'll show you with the fork, they'll hold it like this. Again, probably, I don't know if it's this finger or this finger, but they'll hold it like this. So it's the paddle is by the wrist, and they go like this. There's just one side. Oh, actually, they can do a backstroke like this. And they're a bit more grounded. It's almost like that is what I've said about the flip-flop. That is how their energy is by nature. So that's my suggestion. Lazy man life hack. Change your life with flip-flops over probably take about 3 years, I reckon. Just commit to it, you know, and forget about it. Become middle toe flip-flop, and you know, that's your life. And you'll see improvements. I guarantee it. If you wear them at home all the time, your energy will improve. Yeah, I'm serious, but I'm just finishing off this one. What's there to say? That's pretty much it, I think. I've explained it as much as I could. It's really simple, isn't it? If you've got any questions about what I've just discussed, send them over on the Consciousness Waves now, and I'll reply to your question. As I appreciate this, this video can be timeless, being on YouTube. YouTube could last forever for all we know. Yeah, so what I've done with these, so this one, you see the height. So that's what it is. The spine has to be erect to carry the weight of the body so it doesn't fall over. The weight is still on the feet, but the spine is controlling the movement and carrying the weight instead of it being all over the shop. When your feet are on the ground, you can be like a slob with the weight. The weight can be a bit on this side, it can be a bit on this side, but when you've got a risk of falling over, You got to be alert, and that little bit of alertness, it's really good. But what I'm doing, and they're disgusting, these slippers, but that's my life. This is really the display of my life. This dirt on the slipper. That's the point I've reached. It's like I know it's there. I've got a mental health disorder. I've got this to do, that to do. Fuck it. I've got to be a bit wild. I've got to be a bit dirty to live a bit more comfortable. But where this probably because of the extended height, I don't imagine it would be quite the same. I don't know. I'll try now, but whilst I'm talking. But what happens is when it's like this, the big toe still wants to grip because we're conditioned to have control, and control is from the big toe with bad habits. And this, it still wants to, you know, that's the big toe there on the other side. So you're up, but the big toe wants to take the weight. The big toe wants to control the shape of the foot, and it grips, yeah? And where it grips, it really wants to grip. So it comes to the side, and it wants to go out on the outside to grip even more. So what I've done, I've cut a bit of bamboo and I've screwed it on. So what happens is the big toe can rest against it, and the big toe releases on an energetic level. The joint opens and the energy flows through the point. So if you want control, you want as much energy flowing through and being in control of that energy as possible, rather than the grip. You know, the grip is you trying to take control of that energy and not understanding it or seeing it correctly. And we grip with the big toe. I do it as well. My training is terrible. My body's falling apart, and I've got big toes now. I never had big toes before. I was always middle toe person, so I don't understand why it's happened. I feel very disgusted by my own body because I've got a big toe now. But either way, I've come back to these because I realised this is what's the appropriate lazy man training for correct posture. And yeah, that's it really. Oh, so I said I was gonna see if we grip. Yeah, it's like it still wants to grip, but I think what happens is because the weight isn't correct. So because we're late, because we're lazy, because we don't apply a correct posture to the body, and we don't know about the body. The weight isn't in the correct places. It's all over the shop. Imagine your bones. You know, they're all twisted this way, that way, and the other way, and it's the bones that really need to be in check for energy to really flow. And when energy flows, you feel alive. But what happens is actually with I'm just expressing. I'll show you with this one. So what's happening at the moment is the big toe is trying to take the energy, but it's relaxed like this. You don't need the side bit on the flip flop. I mean, if you did have it, it would really do you good. If you added something like that to a flip flop to just tell the big toe, look, don't go that way. It's almost like just touch it. It knows to come back. That's what it feels like. And because you're not wobbling around like this. The big toe's a bit more relaxed with a flat sandal, flat flip flop, flat. The big toe's a bit more relaxed with a flat flip flop. All it really needs to do is have something there to touch it, and because the joint is pretty much open, it's not fully open like it would be here, but it's a lot more open than it is when it's like in the position where that man was wearing it, like if you wear it normally. And what's happening is as well is like I don't know how to show the thumb. So this is the big toe, this is the next toe, and this is the next toe after it. The thumb really needs to come around here, I think. But this toe, what's happening is it is gripping. It is pushing against the strap here, and it's actually working on the big toe. They're working together. It's like as it grips, the big toe goes into the correct position a little bit more, and it's happening naturally. But forget about it, man. You don't want your consciousness at your toes. You want your consciousness just relaxed. And if you're wearing the sandals and you're relaxed and the body's just natural, it should just flow into the correct position. So that's my theory. I don't know how much having something here is good for you, rather than just like a open toe sandal, you know, the ones like Birkenstock, what are they called? I had a pair of them and they're really comfortable, but my mental health made me kick them to bits. I was gutted about that. I was so gutted. I'm not traumatized, but it stayed with me, and I can't forget it, that my mental health destroyed my Birkenstocks. I was kicking something, I think it was a box. I started kicking a box wearing them, and they obviously didn't withstand the experience. They're not really up to par in quality, in my opinion. They should have they should have been able to take an insane beating from a madman kicking a box. They didn't put that on the label when I purchased them, that wasn't a possibility. But otherwise I would have, no, I bought them second hand anyway, so there was no opportunity to have that knowledge from Birkenstock themselves. But no, nothing against Birkenstock. Highly recommend them. They're really comfortable. That's probably it's probably even better than this, man. If you're gonna do something, wear Birkenstocks. Well, I'm saying it wrong, but you know what I mean. But if you want to train, there's something about wearing it like this that activates energy, rather than Birkenstocks is just like pure relaxation. I don't know the difference. I can't say, but yeah. Well, we'll add a little slogan to the ending here, because I'm a bit insane at the moment. And let's have a sip of coffee to get a bit of inspiration. But I think we've got to leave it at change your body with your big toe, or your middle toe. Have fun, man.